A man took off his clothes before the military recruitment physical examination and revealed a tattoo on his back. This gave his competitor a chance to strike. The competitor was about to report him immediately. It was then that the man realized that having a tattoo would disqualify him from joining the army. But being a soldier was his dream, and he couldn't let it slip away before even enlisting. So, he pulled a teammate into the restroom and bit off a piece of metal from his lighter, handing it to the teammate and asking him to cut off the tattoo on his back. However, the timid teammate had never seen such a scene before. Reluctantly, he took the metal piece and just lightly scratched the man's back. Obviously, this wouldn't remove the tattoo. But the man kept urging him to hurry up, because if the officers found out, it would be trouble. With no other choice, the teammate closed his eyes and applied more force. When he opened his eyes and saw the small wound, he fainted right away. The man was quite surprised by this reaction. Meanwhile, the competitor had already run to the officer to report him. The officer and the competitor then burst into the restroom. Seeing the teammate lying unconscious on the floor, they quickly asked what had happened. The man explained that his teammate had fainted after tripping, but the competitor stared at the man and demanded that the officer check his tattoo. To everyone's surprise, when the man turned around, the tattoo was gone, leaving only a few new scratches. He claimed they were also from the fall. With no evidence left, the competitor had no choice but to give up. They carried the teammate out with the officer. The man thought he had fooled everyone, but another officer suddenly turned around. It turned out that the officer had seen through his little tricks all along. Although the man was clever and determined, he seemed like a child in front of the sharp-eyed veteran. The officer asked him to hand over the tool. Upon seeing it was just a small piece of metal, the officer couldn't help but feel a bit of admiration. He thought the man's determination was a good quality for a soldier. During the physical test that followed, the man and his competitor were both vying for first place. They didn't respect each other, and even the instructor praised their physical fitness, encouraging them to compete to improve themselves. Soon, they both reached the finish line at the same time. However, the teammate who had been with the man earlier came in last because of his poor physical fitness. The man was very worried, because such fitness wouldn't pass the army's test. He didn't want to lose this good friend. Just as the officer was about to let the teammate leave, the army's computer suddenly crashed. When everyone was at a loss, the teammate stepped forward and quickly fixed it. Impressed by his computer skills, the officer requested that the army accept him based on his special ability. In the end, all three of them passed the enlistment test and became new recruits.